Thank y'all for coming. It's good for me to play because don't get to do this but once a year. But thank y'all and thank Ed. Ed's a pretty cool guy for having everyone come out here and doing this. How often do you have drum clinics?
Well, 4 times a year. 4 times a year.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I personally don't know any other drum teacher that does that. So, just to see who's in the audience, raise your hand if you're a drummer. All right. Yeah, you're a drummer too. Raise your hand if you're one of Ed's students. Cool. Raise your hand if you're a musician. Is that everyone? Everyone's either a musician or drummer? Does it count if you play the iPod? Is that a
BlackBerry?
BlackBerry. Cool. Well, I wanted to share some things with y'all today. How I kind of am in front of y'all today, and I've played in bands, and how I got to the Austin Drum Off champion. First, I want to share the most dangerous words that you can say to yourself when you're learning something, and it will stop you from learning. I've seen great teachers, great musicians stop learning. That's because they say 2 words. Does anyone know what those words are? 2 words they say to themselves to stop learning. All right, you want to know? Anyone want to know? It's I know. Who's ever said I know? Who's ever been to something and you see it and you're like, yeah, I know this. I don't care. All right. What happens when you do that?
Shut down.
Shut down. You stop learning. Yeah. The brain stops learning. Even it's funny because the brain will do whatever you tell it to do. If you say, okay, stop learning, it will do that. If you say, I want to learn something, it will do that. So I might be sharing some simple things, but if you tell your brain when it says I know, then you can be like, all right, brain, thanks for sharing. But I came here to learn, right? So I want to see, first off, who can. There's a beat, and I was showing Edit earlier, and it's in a lot of songs. I'll play it really soft. You said 95% of songs?
Probably.
Yeah, I agree. It's all radio songs and all that kind of stuff. Anybody know what beat I'm talking about? Like this. Anyone ever heard this one? What about this one? Who's ever heard that one? Isn't that funny? Is that the first beat you learn? The first beat you learn, and it's 95% of all songs? Why would you even try playing fancy stuff, right? The drummers that get paid the most, what do they do? Here's Phil. And they're bringing in a lot of money. But if you're like, you're not gonna make any money. It's sad. But it's true. You're not gonna do it. So let me see. Show of hands. Who can play this beat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Can I get 5 people who wouldn't mind playing this beat? Any volunteers who would want to do that? Yeah, 1. Can I get a couple more? 2. Maybe just 1 more? Alright. So what we're going to do, I went to a drum clinic one time, famous drummer, complicated, really complicated, fast stuff. He's like a machine. I don't know if I won't say his name, but he was basically discouraging people to play drums by saying, you know what, you're not gonna be able to play drums as a living. I'm sorry, but it's really competitive, and you gotta be really good. So I just want to prove the point that everybody has something to say, even though it might be the same notes. So what I want to see is, I've never done this before, so this is an experiment for me too. Playing this beat, and we're going to play 4 bars. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next drummer will get on. Can we do that? Can I have the 3 volunteers? Everyone give them a hand. And so what we can try is that we'll have the starting line on this side, and so we'll exit that way. So you want to come on this side? And notice when they play, they're going to be playing the same notes, but see if you notice anything. Thank y'all for volunteering. It takes a lot of guts. So 4 bars, and then hand off the stick, and we'll keep the tempo going, all right? And you can play the cross stick, so it's kind of quiet. Or can you try the cross stick, or you normally? Okay, yeah, you can play it that way.
Sticks.
All right. Like I said, it is it's kind of nerve-wracking being in the spotlight. So did y'all notice the difference between the drummers?
Mm-hmm.
Did they? I mean, it's the same notes. Why would there be anything different?
It's not what you play; it's how you play it.
Style.
Tempo too.
Tempo. So, I mean, these are also these are things we're hearing. Were there any visual differences?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah. A lot.
Definitely.
What was different?
Well, their personalities.
Yeah, you could see their personality.
Right.
They weren't even saying anything. You could tell what kind of person is by how they look, right? I mean, you can look at someone you kind of feel just by looking them in the eyes. So, I mean, everyone's playing the same beat. You would think, all right, I've heard that, but it feels different when someone else is playing it, right? And one thing, Ed talks about this a lot, about being humble and not knowing. But one thing, when you become a better drummer, is the details get a lot smaller. You know, I once heard a story about Tiger Woods, his golf coach. He was having a bad time. He was hitting the ball, and it was slicing. And his coach said, you know, the problem is your hands were right here, and they need to be right here. You want to see that move? You gotta move. Look, watch, really careful. Your hands were right here. You gotta be right there. And he goes, everyone else doesn't know what he's did. They're like, you didn't even move your hands. What are you talking about? Tiger's like, I knew that. I should have, you know, like the tiniest little details, right? So when you become better at something, you notice the tiniest details. When you're at the beginning, you're going, oh, that's the same beat. But when you're been playing for a while, you can say, watch. I mean, that's just a little difference, but that makes the beat a lot different. Let me see if y'all can notice the difference. I'm gonna play one beat and then I'm gonna play another beat, and y'all gotta tell me what the difference is. All right, first beat. Second beat. Anybody know? Besides me messing up the first time. Snare?
You're playing rim shots.
Rim shots. So there's a difference between... Alright, good. Let's see. Where's the practice pad? What about this? And I forgot to kind of talk about myself, but I have a like a marching band background, so it's like I used to do this for hours a day. Paradiddle. Who knows what I'm talking about? Alright, so first one and the second one. Tell me what the difference is. First one, second one. First one, second one. Anybody?
It looked a little faster, and on one of them it looked like you used more fingers than wrists.
Okay. Yeah. So the first one, I'm just bouncing. I'm not really playing both strokes. I'm just bouncing it. And the second one, I'm playing each note. So you can hear a subtle difference. Right? It sounds like the stick's different. What about this? I mean, these are tiny differences, like how many fingers I put on a stick. That would make a difference on how I'm sounding behind this giant thing, you know? All right, I got another one. And this one.
Almost like you were playing on the first one. It was almost like you were playing flams between the snare drum.
Who knows what a flam is? Yeah. What's a flam?
I know where you have like a, I don't know how to put it. You have like a, I don't know how to put it.
It's hard to explain it.
Yeah, almost like a grace note.
A grace note. So is two notes at the same time?
They're like right slightly off of what's right.
Slightly off. So, and this is a good thing too. You actually learn more by teaching it, because it's hard to explain things, you know. You can explain it to yourself, but then trying to come up with the words is a whole nother thing. So awesome, guys. So a double stop, same time. A flam, one's tiny difference ahead. And so that can make a big difference on here versus, alright? Whose brains are going, I know? Thanks for being honest. What do you tell your brain when it says that?
Listen more.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, brain. But I came here to learn something. So, all right. Has anyone ever told y'all the rules of the jam? No?
Do what?
Huh?
Do what?
The rules of a jam, like jam etiquette. No?
No.
Why not?
There are none.
There are none?
I like it.
Well, it's kind of true. I mean, there's no official rule. I've never. It's like when you sign up to play drums, you don't read a rule book that says jam like this, right?
Did you know you broke it when they don't invite you back?
Yes, she's so true. It's funny. You play with somebody and then you try out, and they're not calling you back. And you're like, what? What's wrong? I played the paradiddles 200 miles per hour. Why didn't they call me back? Because you're not listening. All right, let's find someone in the room. We're gonna do a little partner exercise. Find another person in the room. Everyone.
Yep, that was pretty good.
Everyone have a partner?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he did, maybe those
Oh,
two. and
let's
those two.
go get you and Elliot. Elliot.
Okay, so we're gonna do a little exercise.
But you're out.
I don't count.
Now, with your partner, decide who's gonna be A and who's gonna be B.
I'll be 8.
Okay.
Okay. Now, A, I want you to ask person B what they ate for lunch was yesterday. Not yet. You're gonna ask them what they ate for lunch, and then right when they're about to tell you what they ate for lunch, you tell them what you ate for lunch. All right? So try it now.
What did you
What if you didn't eat lunch?
You didn't eat lunch? Did you eat food yesterday? All day yesterday you didn't eat food?
Yes, you did. You had short
I
stuff.
ate
Breakfast at like 2:30.
Alright, well, okay. Well,
I had a hard time. No, that was yesterday, but it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah.
okay, it's like a mid-time
It's
lunch
spring break. We
dinner.
don't have breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Not a
We have like
formal lunch.
food.
But you asked me what I had.
What'd you have for lunch? Well,
I
I
had
don't care.
spaghetti.
I was gonna tell you I had something for lunch. It was really good.
Never mind.
All right, can we have it flip? B person tell A what they had for lunch, but then tell them what they had. All right, try it now.
Well, I had practiced this one really good. It's like,